So we're in the fall season. Well, actually, Halloween is just like a couple days away. So yeah, it's definitely fall. And the color for this season is gray, silver, white, those sort of colors. And so I always get the question about, well, why for this season? Well, actually, today when we got up, we had a look outside, and there's frost all over the place. The neighbor's roof has frost on it. The deck railings got frost. The panels, it's got frost as well. And so this is where the white, the gray, it was also overcast as well. So it's really looking at, from a seasonal point of view, the frost is sort of the driving component here. So that takes care of the color. The element associated this season is metal. The organ systems are the lung and the large intestine. And so one of the things we'll be looking at incorporating towards the end of our practice is the lung regulating protocol, which has, well, 3 or 4 parts to it, depending on, sometimes I add in a fourth one, which is the B breath, but there's officially 3 parts to it. And when we get towards the end of the session today, we'll be looking at that. But I'm going to head back there, and we'll get going. If at some point you'd like to connect with us to get a little more content, because we do offer classes on Tuesday evening, Thursday afternoon, well, and today, Saturday, at 9 a.m., Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., and Thursday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So, leave a comment, send me a message on Facebook, and we'll see if we can connect you up so that you can get into those other classes. All right, so let's see what we can do about getting started here. So we're going to start with, pull down the heavens. Going to do a bit of breath work. We're going to do a couple standing postures. And then we'll move into the 8 pieces of brocade, one of the more well-known series within the Qigong practice. So pulling down the heavens, you want to have the feet comfortably straight down out of the hips, and the feet more or less pointing straight ahead. So for pulling down the heavens, you turn to your right side, gather the qi from the earth, watch the hands as we reach up to the heavens, opening all the joints, lengthening the body as much as possible. And then exhale, we draw the qi down. Inhaling. And exhale. And we do it 3 times. This is the 3rd time. So for the breath work, we're going to do, there are many different kinds of breathing practices. Today we're going to do box breathing, which has 4 parts to it. So it's like 4 sides of a box, hence that's where its name came from. We inhale, we pause, we exhale, and we pause. So you want to start on your right side. And the reason for this is, we're massaging the path that the large intestine takes, and this is the route that the energy, the substance in the large intestine flows. So it comes up on the right, across, and down on the left. So here we go. So you inhale, we pause, and we exhale, and we pause. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. And we breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale. And we'll do one more cycle, starting here. And we are done with the box breathing bit. So box breathing incorporates deep diaphragmatic breathing with pauses in between. And so what it is doing, one of the benefits of this is it's slowing down our breath. So we breathe less frequently, but we're also breathing deeper because we're breathing in for a count of 4, which results in us filling the lungs and expanding the lungs, expanding the diaphragm. So we're getting a lot more qi, a lot more energy into the body with that one inhale. And then we pause. And then we exhale for a count of 4 as well. The pause is for 4 also. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. And what this is doing is putting the body in the rest, restore, rejuvenate, rebuild. So it takes us out of that stress, anxiety state and moves us into the relaxing, the calming, and lets the body flush the stress hormones and bring in the renovation, the rebuilding, the restoring, the relaxing hormones, which gives the body a chance to repair and be healthier. So box breathing. Breathe in for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, and pause for 4. The 4 sides. So now we're going to do our standing posture for this season, which is holding the golden chi ball. So we're going to stand, and most of the time, or a lot of the time in our Qigong practice, we're standing in Wuji, which is what I am doing right now. So the feet are more or less parallel. The distance between the feet is the width of your 2 hands. And so if you look down at the feet, you can go, yeah, that looks right. Or you can bend over and see if the hands fit between the big toes. The key is that the legs are coming straight down out of the hips, not out with the hips fitting between them, but the feet are under the hips with a slight gap between them. Now, you put weight in the toes. You drift back into the heels. This builds awareness of what's going on with our feet. So inhale, we drift forward. Exhale, we drift back. You want to keep the heels and the toes firmly on the earth as you shift the weight forward and back. Now come to the center. So you have equal weight in the heels and the toes. Bend the knees ever so slightly. You want a really small bend here. You're avoiding locking the knees. Grab the hips, thumb at the back. Push down with the thumbs, draw the tailbone into the body. Pull up the pelvic floor, the hoi in. Pull in the navel. Lift the ribs. Lift the chin. Gaze to the horizon. Take the top of the head and reach for the heavens. So we're lengthening the posture here. We're lengthening our spine. Now, bring the hands up so they're about the same height as the elbows. Take them out to the side. Bring the elbows towards each other behind the back. Feeling a stretch here at the top of the chest. And now, holding the golden chi ball. Bring the hands out to the side and bring them around in front. So we're bending the elbows here. It's like we have a small golf ball in our armpits, and we're holding the golden chi ball in front of our navel, even a little bit below the navel. So inhale, we're gazing to the horizon, drift on to the toes. Exhale, drift on to the heels. So let's breathe in and breathe out both times through the nose. Inhaling, exhale. Inhaling, exhale. Two more like this. Last breath. All right, we let the arms relax. So that's our standing posture, holding the chi ball. And now we're going to do a few warm-up movements before we get into the 8 pieces of brocade. Our hands are wet. Shake the water off our hands. This gets the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders moving up and down. And then we add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. So this is shaking the 9 gates. We turn and look over the shoulder, twisting the spine. Inhale here. And exhale. And we'll do one more cycle. And we're back to the front. Got some tingling going on in the palms and a little bit of color in the palms as well. So shaking the 9 gates is getting the chi from the body, from the head, out to the extremities, the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs. As we get older, the chi tends to be more focused in the torso, and we want to keep the hands and the feet warm and the head cool. So this is one of the techniques we use to get the chi circulating throughout the body. Next is our swinging arm series. So we start with drumming. Keep the hips facing forward as we turn and look over the shoulder, letting the hands tap the hips. And we do this about 9 times. And we'll do 2 more cycles. This is 1. This is the last one. And now we move to cleaning the dragon's whiskers. Tap the shoulder, tap the kidney, still look over the shoulder. And now, flinging sleeves. We point behind and tap the shoulder. Hips stay facing front. One more cycle. And we come on back to the front. And now our last warm-up movement is we're going to do some side body stretch. And we're going to do crescent moon here. The feet are in a different place for this guy. Take this foot and turn it and point to the horizon. The toes are lifted. You want to keep the hip over the ankle. This hand pushes across the ribs to the far side. This hand comes up, palm up, and we push towards the wall while this one pushes towards the opposite wall. Keep the shoulders one above the other like you had your back to the wall behind you. Inhale through the soles of the foot and up into the brass basin. Then exhale from the brass basin through the center of the palm. So we'll do 3 more breaths. And now we'll go to the opposite side. So we bring the feet down so they're pointing straight ahead. The hands move. We shift the weight. Turn this foot. We push across. This hand reaches to the horizon. And we look to the horizon as well. Shoulders one above the other. Inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths like this. Last one. And we bring the feet together, we bring the hands down. And now we're going to move into the 8 pieces of brocade, and we start with pulling down the heavens. So inhale, gather the chi, and exhale, draw it down in to the brass basin. So inhaling, look to the right hand, swing to the opposite side, look to the left hand, exhale, watch the hands come down. Last one. All right, the first movement in the 8 pieces of brocade is double hands hold up the heavens. So for this guy, we interlace the fingers. We turn the palms away and we push, straightening the arms, we hope. Bring them up over the head. And eventually, you want to have them going straight up from the head. You want to keep the shoulders away from the ears, however. So it's inhale here. Exhale, and you lift the heels. Inhale, back to the head. Exhale, we slide along that wall yet again as we push to the side, getting a stretch along the top side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders touch the wall behind. Inhaling here. Exhale, we push up, take weight off the heels, lifting up or just lightly lifting. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Shoulders touch that wall as we push to the side, lengthening the top side. Inhale here. Exhale, we push up. Inhale, hands come down. Exhale, we push to the side. We have one more side and then we'll move on. So inhale. Exhale. And we're here and we let the arms come on down. That was double hands hold up the heavens. Next is King removes his helmet. So there's a different breathing going on here. We actually incorporate a pause like we did in the box breathing way back at the beginning. So we start here. Bring this hand behind the back, covering the kidney. Bring this hand behind the head, reaching for the ear. Pull the elbow back. Bring the shoulder blades together, feeling a stretch at the top of the chest. Turn the head, look to the elbow. Inhale, push the elbow to the heavens as we look to the earth. Exhale, drop the elbow as we look to the heavens. Now, there's a pause as we rotate the arms. Reach for the head, pull the elbow back, bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, we look to the heavens. So this is a bit of a side body stretch going on here. Inhale. Exhale. So we pause the breath. And now, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. And we breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And we'll do 2 more cycles. So one of the cycles starts here. And the last cycle's coming right up. Last side. And we come on down. So that was King removes his helmet. Next is divide heaven and earth. And this is a movement, an exercise that shows up all over the place in a different Qigong series. And there's all kinds of differences as well. This is the one we do as part of the 8 pieces of brocade. So we hold a ball in front of the navel, more or less. Turn the ball over. Push down with the bottom hand, draw the fingers up to the shoulder. Push up with the top hand, draw the fingers down to the head. And shift the weight so it's in the leg that has the down hand. Look to the upper hand. Now, inhale, hold the ball. Turn the ball. Exhale, we push up, we push down, we look up. Inhaling. Exhale. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And we watch the hands. And we'll do one more cycle. And we let the hand come on down. So that was divide heaven and earth, one of the many variations. Next is gather the sun and press the earth. So for this, we're going to be bending over a little bit. So gathering the sun, we cross the arms in front of the body. We're going to bring the wrists crossed. The elbows come just below the ribs, about halfway between the sternum and the side, so directly down from the nipples. And what we want to do is scrub from the elbows to the wrist, just below the ribs. So this is where the liver meridian ends. And so we're looking to stimulate the chi flow in the liver meridian with this rubbing movement. Cover the kidneys. Lift the ribs. Lift the front of the body. Lift the chin. Folding forward with that dragon's back, with the stretch in the front of the body. We come down the back of the legs, along the outside of the feet. And then inhale, we come up the inside of the legs. Circle the abdomen and drop the chi in to the brass basin. So inhaling, we gather the chi from the heavens, stimulating the liver meridian. Stretch the front of the body with the dragon's back. We fold forward to that dragon's back. Inhale, we come up with a turtle back, the back of the body stretched. And exhale. So here we go. Let's have a look from the side. So inhale, we gather the chi. Exhale, we draw the chi down the back of the legs. Inhale, we bring the chi up. And exhale, we drop it in to the brass basin, this area of the body here. So inhaling. And we'll do two more. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right. And now we move on to pull bow, shoot arrow. So far we've been in our narrow stance, and now we move into horse riding stance here. There's several ways to get there. This is one of them. You bring your feet together. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. And now turn the toes out 45 degrees beyond the toes. So the toes are pointing in, the heels are out. Now turn the toes out again 45 degrees and bring the heels behind the toes. And so this is one way to get into horse riding stance. And obviously you want the body to be comfortable in this position. If you're getting some pain from this, well, adjust the body. Turn the feet, bring the legs a little narrower, whatever needs to be done. Maybe you even need to sit on a chair rather than be up here with the wide legs like this. But anyway, pull bow, shoot arrow. Inhale, we bring the hands up over the head, palms come together. And exhale, we slide down a wall as we bring the hands in front of the chin. Now, hold the bow, point with 2 fingers. 2 fingers on this hand. Pull the bowstring back to the ear. Bring the shoulder blades together. Look at this hand. And exhale, we release. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we slide down that wall as low as comfortable. Hold the bow. Inhale, pull the bowstring back, shoulder blades touch. Exhale, we release. Inhale. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Knees come forward as the torso lowers down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come down. We'll do one more cycle. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we lower down, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Pull the bowstring back, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, we release. Inhale, we rise up. And exhale, we let the hands come down. So that was pull bow, shoot arrow. Again, one of many variations. Next is cat gazes at the moon. So for this guy, we stay in horse stance. And the gazing at the moon, we're going to have the torso parallel to the earth, and we're going to turn the head and look above. And so we're doing this sort of twist. We're not doing this twist here. Because a lot of people, including me, when I first started doing this, gaze at the moon, I thought the moon was back there. No, we're looking at the moon up above. So you bring your hands to the knees, stretch the front of the body. This helps to make sure we got good alignment and good flexibility here. So dragon's back, you look to the horizon. Turtle back, you look back through the legs. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, look down. Now let's come to a neutral position here. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, we drop the shoulder, turn the head, and look above our head to the heavens. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, drop the shoulder, and look to the heavens above the head. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, drop the shoulder, turn the head, look to the heavens above. Inhale. We'll do 2 more cycles. And we start here. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and that's 1 cycle finished. Last side coming up. Come back to the center. Inhale. We come on up. So that was cat gazes at the moon. The next one is king rides his horse with fiery eyes. So we're still in horse riding stance, and that's got to do with part of the name. And the fiery eyes, the king is staring off to the horizon, and he's focused on that direction he's traveling. And he's holding this hand, palm up, lightly closed, next to the ribs. And it's going to travel across here like we've done way back at the beginning, scrubbing from the wrist to the elbows at the end of the liver meridian right here. The other hand, holding the reins of the horse. So that the second knuckle is in line with the sternum, in line with the center of the body. We're staring over that second knuckle into the distance. And now the hand that's here at the side of the body scrubs below the ribs, comes up to the elbow, out to the wrist. We turn the hands over, the hands stay in the same place. Come back to the elbow, scrub the side of the body. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And I'm going to turn to the side here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as we rise up. Exhale as we lower down. And I'll turn back to the front. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll do 1 more cycle. And that starts here. Last side. And we're done with that guy. Let's bring the feet back together, because now we're doing the last movement in the 8 pieces of brocade, and as king shakes his body. So we're back in our narrow stance, standing in Muji, the feet under the hips, which is important because with this one we're going to lift our heels and drop sharply on the heels, shaking the whole house, waking up the dogs, waking up the people, whoever happens to be laying down at the moment. So we bring Qi to the surface of the palms. You cover the kidneys. We lift and we drop on the heels. You want to have the knees ever so slightly bent. You want to have the teeth together and the tongue out of the way because you don't want to bite the tongue. You should feel the skin moving on the bones, the hair moving on the top of the head, maybe the eyeballs rattling in the head. What we're looking to do is shake the entire body. So here we go. Heat up the palms, bringing chi to the surface of the palms. Cover the kidneys, feel the heat, lift and drop. Inhale, exhale. All right, we're going to do 2 more. And that was King shakes his body. And now we pull down the heavens to wrap up the 8 pieces of brocade. Inhale, gathering the chi from the earth, reaching up to the heavens and bringing the chi down from the heavens and in to the brass basin. And again. All right, so now we're going to look at the lung regulating protocol. There's 3 parts to it. There's the Jing, the Qi, and the Shan. And the first part is we're going to be doing our 3-part breath, and then we're going to move into the lung tapping, and finally wrapping up with the healing sound. So for this guy, the 3-part breath, you want to breathe in through the nose, and then we're going to exhale. Sorry, you're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to fill the abdomen, fill the ribs, fill up to the collarbone. And then we're going to pause for a second. So it's breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, hold, and then exhale completely. So here we go. So inhaling. All right, I was going to talk about that at some point. You're filling as much as possible. You're breathing deep. You're breathing on top, and you're going like, I can't breathe in anymore. And that's what we hope, and that's what we want. And then again, and you're going like, there's no room left. And you can feel the lungs starting to twitch. And then you cough. And this is all good stuff, because what's going on is we're expanding the lungs. We're filling down into the very bottom, and then we're emptying it as well when we exhale. And this is getting more trash out of the body. It's also increasing our lung capacity. So if you cough, that's a good thing. Here we go again. Inhale. Oh, I'm getting a lot of coughs today. So inhaling. Inhale, draw the breath in. So we'll do one more like this. Oh well. Now, next is the lung tapping. So what we're looking to do is you make a light fist, and you want to have it tap here. I'll just come a little closer. So there's a hollow between the shoulder and the ribs, right in here. And what you want to do is hit that firmly So you can feel the vibration down here at the bottom of the ribs. And we do 3 times, and we'll repeat it, ideally 9 times, but we'll see how we make out here. I often lose track of counting. So here we go. You want to feel the lungs shaking as a result. Now you're tapping firmly, but you're not bruising. We'll do one more cycle. It's one side and the other side, and we come on back to the front. So that was the lung tapping, looking to open up the lungs, break up any adhesions, break up any mucus, phlegm, whatever that's accumulated in the lungs. And we're looking to shake it all the way down to here, so that when we do the next part, the healing sound, we can expel all that trash that's accumulated in the lungs. Now the healing sound for this season and as part of this protocol is hiss. So it's H-I-S. And we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth this time, making that hissing sound. So we're inhaling fresh, clean qi, filling the lungs as much as possible. And then we're exhaling turbid, grubby, gray, silver, white, that frost, that fog. We're expelling all of that. 80% of the trash that the body generates is expelled through our breath, which means that it accumulates in the lungs. And so we got to do that nice deep breathing. Breathe in, filling the lungs. And then exhale. Hiss. Emptying the lungs completely. Now we have a couple hand movements to go with this as well. So you hold up the hand, you fold in the 3 fingers, so you get the thumb and the first finger making an L. And we do it with both hands. And now, you can have the feet a little wider apart here. Inhale. A dragon's back. Hiss. And again. Pull with the elbows. Hiss. If you have a friend, do it together and see who can hiss the longest. Hiss. And we'll look from the side. Hiss. Hiss. 2 more. Last one. So all of these are designed to increase the capacity of your lungs, because you're breathing in, breathing in, breathing in that first part. And then we exhale and we get rid of all the breath. But you're breathing in and filling the lungs as much as possible, stretching them. In the next one, we're tapping to break up any adhesions to increase capacity. And in this one, we're filling the lungs again, and then we're exhaling with a sound, but it requires us to force the air out of the lungs. Now, the next one is the bee breath, and this one is humming. And so you inhale through the nose and you hum through the nose as well. So inhaling. And inhale again. Inhale. And eventually you run out of breath. So what the humming is doing is, as we breathe in and out through our nose, normally, without humming, we generate nitric oxide in our sinuses. And so on the exhale, we're generating nitric oxide. And when you breathe in, we're generating more, but we're also sucking it down into our lungs and from there into our blood. And one of the things that nitric oxide does, it relaxes blood vessels, so your blood pressure will go down. The other thing it does in the lungs, it kills bacteria and viruses to keep you healthy. So the more you hum and breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose, hopefully the healthier your body will be. And so you would repeat each one of these, the 3-part breath, the lung tapping, the healing sound, and the bee breath 9 times each. And that helps to get things flowing through the body and get a healing effect to happen. Now, when you bee breath, you increase the amount of nitric oxide by a factor of 14 is what various scientific studies had found. So breathing in and out through the nose generates nitric oxide. It's like, yep. Breathing in and out through the nose while you hum generates a whole lot more. Consequently, help to keep the lungs healthy, help to relax the blood vessels, and potentially reduce your blood pressure. However, you should always check with your doctor. If you're on blood pressure medication, don't even consider stopping it. Check with him after you've been doing this for a while and see if anything has improved. Now, it's time for us to wrap up for today. And so we're moving into our 5 directions. Our feet are in a different place. So this is the stacking of the bone stance. Shift the weight here. The hip, the knee, the ankle, all in a pile. This knee's bent, this leg straight. Feet more or less straight ahead. Shift over here. Hips over the ankle, knee bent, leg straight. So the stack of bones, the ribs, the hip, the knee, the ankle, all in a stack. And the same over here. And you may find you need to adjust a little bit. Maybe you can't go quite as far on one side or the other. But now, the 5 directions. Inhale, advance. Exhale, retreat. Inhale, we move to the left. Exhale, the hand comes to the hip. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale, the hand comes down to the hip. And then inhale, we stay in the center. Exhale, come down to the hips. So inhale, this is early summer. Exhale, winter. Inhale, spring. Exhale. Inhale, fall. Exhale. And then here in the center, late summer. So inhale, the red phoenix straight ahead. Exhale, the dark blue turtle behind. Inhale, the green dragon. Inhaling, the silver gray tiger. And here, the yellow golden center. Last one. And that's our class for today. So thank you all for coming.